what's up, America? It's your favorite paisan, Johnny T. Yeah, another episode of Wise Guys. And as usual, we're hitting the streets, every single week. Kara and I are hitting the streets talking to you, the American people, about what's going on. We know where the beat of the street is. And whether we're in New York or we're in New Jersey or Florida, Texas, Nashville, California, we comb the country to go where the news is at. There's no place I love more than going right into my hometown, Staten Island, New York, and going down to the bocce courts, and we check in with these great Americans right here, out in the park, waiting for the holidays to come, celebrating the Republicans taking back the House of Representatives. No, it wasn't a red wave. But the main goal was to win, and that we did. All right, as usual, it's Thanksgiving, and we check in with our resident gourmet food expert. It's Freddie from Freddie's Gourmet right here in my hometown, Staten Island, New York. Fred, last year you were talking about turkey shortages with Thanksgiving approaching.
Yes.
What's the status this year of people's Thanksgiving?
Very tough to get turkeys. Everybody's scrambling, but we seem to be getting some. They're back-ordered. We don't know if we're going to get them all. There's no turkey breast around. Very hard to come by for turkeys.
You know why I love coming down the bocce court? Because this is like the heart and soul of America. You guys are out here day and night, rain, sleet, snow, sunshine. How important it is for the community to still get out, hang out. The lockdowns are over now.
Well, it's beautiful because you know what? These guys love to do this. It's old school. Nobody does it. We really have a strong hold in Staten Island, Bloomingdale Park. We all know each other 40, 50 years, which is a great thing. And we're going to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we're going to have a new year that's going to be the best there ever is because we got a new house.
Here we go. Nancy Pelosi finally fired. We'll ask some great Americans what they think about Nancy Pelosi's reign of terror ending. What do you think about Nancy Pelosi being fired?
Well, long overdue, no respect for anybody. Showed us all her class when she ripped those papers up, and goodbye. What can I say?
What are your thoughts on Nancy Pelosi having the gavel ripped from her hands?
Before I answer this question, I might have to consult with my attorney first, so I might have to make a phone call and then we'll come back. But
I'm sure there's a few attorneys down here at the bocce court. This week, the big announcement, Donald Trump finally did it. He said he's coming out and he's running for president in 2024. Lots of press was there. Lots of press wasn't. The New York Post and Fox News seem to have lined up against Donald Trump. Should it be Trump? Should it be DeSantis? Or maybe should the two of them just come together and make it America's team? So, Charlie, I know you've been a big supporter of Donald Trump's. You were big behind the president. Big announcement this week that he's going to be running again. What are your thoughts on his announcement?
Well, I always thought Trump was the man, and I still do. But unfortunately, at this point in the race, I think he's got to step aside a bit and back DeSantis.
This is breaking news. Charlie has changed his endorsement. Many people are saying Ron DeSantis should be the guy. What are your thoughts on Ron DeSantis?
Well, when I see in Florida, he overwhelmed the vote, and he's up and coming, young, up and coming Republican. I think we need a young guy in there at this point.
What do you think about his big announcement?
I think it's a good start, and I think he's going to win. He's got a good initiative, he's got a good program. He really knows what he's talking about.
What do you think about this, what's going on? Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, should they come together maybe?
I think DeSantis not going to accept if even Trump invited DeSantis to be a vice president, I don't think he's going to take the job because people elected him to be the governor, so he should not.
He should stick to Florida and let Trump alone?
Right, that's what I think.
That. Donald Trump came out this week. He announced he's running again for president. Ron DeSantis is being rumored to be running. What do you think about Trump-DeSantis? Who should be running?
I think, Trump is up there. I'm happy he's up there, but I don't know. But I like Trump and Candace Owens. That's my selection. Or Nikki Haley.
And what do you think about DeSantis? What should he do right now?
He should just sit back for the next 4 years because he's young, take care of the family, wait for the kids to get a little older, and then jump in there because he'd be a perfect candidate. But right now, I don't know if Trump's good or bad, but we're going to have to go with Trump. We really have no choice.
So you're wavering a little bit because
Yeah.
you were big time Trump.
Yeah, I love Trump. I mean, Trump is my man, but he's, you know, I don't know if people are tired of him or he's just, but he cooled out a little bit. So maybe he's on the right track this time.
This guy Bruno over here, I see him lurking. He wants to get back in the shot, I think.
Bruno.
All right, you got an invention, I hear. What's the invention?
Maybe Bruno, you want to explain how you made this?
Very.
So this is a custom-made Italian device.
This goes on the top the Polino, okay? And
Explain what a Polino is to those in America that they don't know exactly what a Polino is. What is the Polino?
Polino is a small ball.
Trump, DeSantis, where do you come down?
I stand behind Trump, but as I've said, he's made some bold statements mentioning that the only person that knows more about DeSantis than Trump is his wife. We hear Ron DeSanctimonious. He's throwing shots at him, and I'd like to see how DeSantis counters those shots that are being thrown. And if DeSantis does decide to run, I mean, this is all an epiphany right now. Everybody's talking about Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump. Donald Trump made the announcement. You know,
Right.
Ron DeSantis hasn't even made the announcement yet.
Never know who you're going to find at the bocce courts, that's for sure. Some of these guys, they get off if the camera goes near them, so I got to keep, like, shucking and jiving a little bit here. What's the first thing you think the Republicans should do when they take the House in January?
Well, I just saw this morning they made a indictment. They wanted to take something on Biden. I saw this morning on the news.
What do you think the first thing the Republicans should do when they take the House in January?
The first piece of legislation I believe should be on the table is definitely tax cuts. I mean, the American works so hard for their money, and rightfully so. They should keep as much as possible. I mean,
So once you put this over the ball,
Right.
okay, and then you pull out this,
The ruler, right, the measure, right. You measure.
and that's how you measure.
And yeah, right.
Those of you watching at home, Antonio Meucci has nothing on Bruno with the new Paulino measuring device.